What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. And today I want to apologize. So I have normally been uploading every Monday and every Friday, but things have kind of changed in my personal life, and now I am trying to, after talking to my wife, trying to aim for a Wednesday and a Saturday upload, so that way I can deal with the things I have to deal with on Monday and Tuesday, and I can kind of spread out my uh, video uploads. But that being said, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about three things that a lot of people that I've recently talked to, especially on my Facebook, how they even get started in investing and what role they should take, whether it be speculative or dividend or swing trading or anything like that. And I just wanted to kind of go over my opinion on how you get started, especially if you have very little money. Now, I did just upload a video about my pretty much my five favorite uh, dividend stocks that are under $20. But I know dividend investing is for everybody, but me personally, that is what I invest in, and I invest long term. So that is kind of my perspective on that. So if you haven't looked at that and you don't have a lot of money to invest, but you want to invest, go look at that. I would recommend. But that being said, I just want to go over some ideas that I was thinking about recently when people ask me, like, how do you even get started in investing? So, number one, I would say is if you're going to invest, a figure out your base. Like, how much money do you have to set aside? I would say either every week, every 2 weeks, or once a month. How much money can you spare to get into the stock market? Now, obviously, it doesn't need to be a lot. And my dividend portfolio, which today I just passed 14K, which is quite amazing. Uh, I started out with $50 a week, and I know that is a lot more than many people can even scrounge up, especially at this time, maybe if you're unemployed. But that is something that I was like, I think I could take $50 and start throwing it into my investments. And obviously, you can't even buy, say, a whole share of even like Microsoft with that, but you could buy a fraction of it. And you can even buy smaller companies that pay dividends, for example, like I did, until you really get your bearings. Just make sure you do your research in that aspect. But what I'm trying to get at is set a budget for yourself. You want to make sure you're dollar cost averaging into these stocks and trying to get them for a lower and lower price, or trying to ride that slow curve up, as some may say. So my first suggestion would be to make sure you are setting aside a certain amount of money, picking your brokerage, of course. Say, for me, I use Robinhood, which links down in the description below for my Robinhood, my Yada, my Webull, and my Acorn. I use all those personally. So those are ones that I recommend for ease of use, especially Robinhood is my favorite. But so figure out your amount that you can set aside and start putting that in there. Even if you're not investing it, I would even say, first off, even if you're not invested, if you can set that money aside, get used to not having that money in your or on your person, then you'll be able to, once you get enough to buy, say, a stock that you find that you want, then you can then go ahead and buy it. That's huge. Just getting started is huge, and it's super hard, and it's confusing. And I hope, if you watch my videos for a long time now, that I've been making it a little bit more understanding and more easy for you to even get started. Number two, I would say invest long term. So I've said this before on my channel, I'll say it over and over and over again. If you are trying to make a quick dollar, 90% of the time you lose. I mean, that 10% that you win big. But the going rate that people always say is 90% of the time you're not going to succeed. And that's not to put anybody off from doing it, because I know a lot of people are successful with day trading and swing trading. But if you don't put the time into investing and you don't treat it like a job, like your 9 to 5, that is going to come back and bite you if you're trying to day trade. So if you trade long term, I just heard the statistic just the other day. There has been no 20-year period where you could have possibly lost money if you just held your money in the S&P 500. So even if you found a S&P 500 ETF, exchange traded fund, and you put all your money in there, there is no 20-year period where you would have lost money. Now, you would have lost money over a 5 or a 10, but once it hit that 20, you always recovered it. And that's just something to think about. Like, having your money in the market is definitely more profitable, definitely, than just having it in the bank or keeping it in cash. So that is just something to think about. Number three, I will say, especially if you're starting out with such a little amount that you're kind of worried. I would say building up your emergency fund and building up or eliminating your credit card debt, especially your debt, any high interest rate debt, but credit cards mainly, that would be massively beneficial for you guys. So an emergency fund, obviously you want to keep like 6 to 8 to even a year worth of your expenses saved up. Now, that's kind of hard for a lot of people, especially now. We're in winter, things are more expensive, especially heating and whatnot. But if you can save up a decent chunk of money that you can set aside just in case anything were to happen, like you lose your job or something, and you will be able to survive for 6 to 12 months, that is going to be huge for you. It's going to not only take a huge stress off your shoulders, but it is going to allow you to take a bit more of a risk by putting more money into the stock market, knowing that you have that little bit of a safety net. And number two, with that, in that same point, is paying down your credit card debt or high interest debt, whether that be loans or, again, credit cards or anything of that nature. If it's above, say, a 5%, that is something that needs to be paid off as soon as possible. They say usually 5 to 4 to 3, whatever, in that range. Leaving that money and just paying it off slowly is fine because that interest is so low that just by investing the difference of paying that off into the market, which pays an average of 7%, you're going to make more money than you're losing over here. So it's going to balance out and a little bit more in your favor in that scenario there. But if it's anything like a credit card, like my credit card is 11% interest, which is pretty decent actually, but still, I'm working quite diligently to try to pay that down. I don't have a lot of credit card debt. I don't like credit cards in particular, but I do use them in certain scenarios where it benefits me, of course. But paying that credit card down is going to be massively beneficial to you because if it has like an 11% interest rate like mine, you instantly gain that 11% back in income. You're not paying it directly to the credit card companies. That's just more money that you can then mentally think you need to invest, and your lifestyle won't have to change because you never even had that money to begin with. So I'll leave it there. I just wanted to make this quick video, let you guys know about my changing schedule with my uploads, and kind of give a quick one-liner here, I guess you could say, to the people who watch my videos that have been questioning me on Facebook about how to even get started. So make sure you have a consistent amount, you pay off your debt, you pick your broker, and just things like that, and you will have, and invest long term, of course, but you will have success. There is no possible way if you invest, if you're aiming at 64, there's like a very little chance that you're gonna fail when it comes to investing. Just invest long term and you're golden. But with that being said, guys, check me out on Instagram. I'm almost at more people on Instagram than I am on YouTube, so that's pretty crazy to me. I've only been doing that for a couple weeks, but check me out there too, guys. I'd appreciate that. But with that being said, hope you guys are staying in the green. Today was awesome for the stock market. It's Wednesday the 24th right now. Today was awesome. I hope you guys had a great day in the stock market as well. But with that being said, stay in the green. Peace.